Are you staying up here at the moment?
At the moment, no. I'm not actually sure who they would be. Oh, we had a wedding a couple of weeks ago, so you can sort of rent some of the cabins out. And things like that. We did the commercial shop here about a month ago. Mountain View. I think they might have had some people stay there.
It's a reservoir. It's right on the city from the waterfront.
Oh yeah.
Easy city to live in. So what's everybody doing tonight? Big plans for tonight? We got tickets for a show? Dinner reservations? You're going to bed, eh? Everybody having an exciting holiday, eh? It's called the GVRD Park. GVRD is the Greater Vancouver Regional District. So, because the city of Vancouver is actually composed of 17 separate municipalities, each with its own mayor, if you can believe that, and each with its own city council. It makes it very easy to resolve very local issues, but it does make it hard to come up with transit plans and sewage treatment plans when we got to get all these different cities to cooperate with each other. Sometimes can be a bit unruly. So there's an overlying level of government on top of all the municipal ones called the GVRD. And this, you can see that it's a pretty steep cliff there on the left, right? You know, and erosion and things like that are always part of the problem out here. And so you can see they've got something going on here. This is what they were working on. Ooh, wait, look at this.
Think of a rat. Yeah. Or think of we would think of them as a pest, as a vermin, as something that is destroying the rat. So we made this hatchery downstream to give the salmon a place to come to, right? So in nature, the salmon are swimming up the river, looking for a river beds, a little sandy, a little gravelly. They wiggle around and make a nest, and then they lay their eggs in the bottom of this nest. The males fertilize them, and together they swim upstream, make another nest, and the material from that other nest drifts downstream and loosely covers over the eggs of the first nest. Depending upon the size of the female, she'll make more than a dozen then. So by making that weir, though, that's too big for the salmon to jump. So they get that far, they get stuck there. What do they do? Where do they? This is the most valuable tree in the forest. This tree's called the Western Red Cedar. It's got a flat, kind of fern-like leaf to it, and it's got very smooth bark to it. You can really tell the bark of the cedars. That's kind of smooth and a reddish tinge almost. This is what the natives would call the tree of life. This is what their canoes are made out of. This is what their totem poles are made out of. This is what their houses are made out of. It's a very high quality finishing wood. You make a cedar closet, a cedar chest, right? It keeps the bugs out of your clothes. There's a natural odor here. And for the rest of their life, they know that they've found food there, and they'll go back there in the neighborhood, right? So usually the city's putting down about 5 or 6 bears a year. They come back. This past year, we ended up having to put down over 24 bears. A really bad year for bears this past year, yeah? And they made a new bylaw that on garbage day, you can't put your garbage out the night before, because the bears are getting into it. You got to put your garbage out the day of garbage day. It's a pretty big ticket now to put your garbage out overnight on the North Shore, not Vancouver, not in Stanley Park. You're gonna find that they're about 6 inches long when they do that. Out to the ocean they go, surviving the sharks, the fishermen, and everything else. And when it's time to spawn, they come back exactly where they were born to spawn again. Because as they're growing up, they genetically imprint the flavor of the water, the smell of the water, and the taste of the water. So you have to be careful of what you do to that river. Because sometimes the logging practices and the silt and debris it causes can alter the flavor of the water. Sometimes the agricultural endeavors and the fertilizers that we use. This time next year, they're going to really start to do it. It's all about fry, but this is one of the most important things about the salmon, though, is that they don't imprint the flavor of the water until they're about 6 months of age. So if I get a salmon that
So there's dinner for the next couple of years in there.
Okay, yeah.